Hi, Gemini. Some sage and some rose petals to cleanse the space. 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. This is a general reading for the sign of Gemini. If you have Gemini anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Practice trust using your intuition, Gemini. If this is your first time tuning in, a little bit about the layout of this reading. When we look at this first row, this top row, we are looking at your public life, your professional life, your career, your job, school, education, the way the public is perceiving you, the energy that is surrounding you there. And this second row is your private life, your personal life, family, close friends, love interest, partners, husbands, wives will show up here, and the energy that is surrounding you in your personal life, in your home life. And this final row, this third row, is final thoughts, final messages, final takeaway. What is it that Spirit would like you to know or to take away from this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Gemini. Let's just get everything all lined up here. And Gemini, the foundation, the basis of your reading this week is the High Priestess card. Deep knowing, deep wisdom. When we trust our intuition, when we trust our inner voice, and we build that confidence, that is when we can create anything. The sky is the limit here for you, Gemini, and that is driven by the Page of Wands. Starting a new adventure, following our passions, following our desires. What is it that you are passionate about? What is it that you are wanting to achieve? Let's see how the High Priestess plays into the rest of your reading this week, Gemini. And we start off with the Hangman. And the Hangman is deep intuition. That the Hangman is, we could also call that the Enlightenment card. Achieving, reaching an enlightenment. Understanding and tapping into our own power. And that is followed by the World card, being divinely protected, having everything that we need to create. These are 2 powerful Arcana cards that are showing up here. So that is indicating a lot of change, sudden movement, shift in beliefs. The 3 of Pentacles, speaking and listening, gathering, public gatherings, contracts, agreements, I think what is most important here, or what we're looking at here, is your confidence. You are building your confidence. Your confidence. You have shown yourself that you are capable. You have shown yourself that you are capable. In the past, there's been some doubts, or you've had some doubts about what you could do, what you would be able to achieve, perhaps even some doubts if just doubts, but that doubt is clearing and it is being replaced by self-confidence. And I think because you're building that confidence, that you are considering maybe you've even already made the decision to part ways in a partnership, in a business relationship, in a working relationship. Your confidence, thank you, Spirit. For some of you, it is you have the confidence to move forward on your own. For others, you have the confidence, you built the confidence within yourself to create a partnership. So for some of us, Gemini, we're going to be ending a working relationship. For others of us, we're going to be starting a working relationship. Whichever this is, thank you, Spirit. This is going to work out. This will work out. Either way, you're going to be glad that you decided to move forward, following your own compass. Anytime we follow our own compass, anytime we trust our intuition, anytime we build our confidence and follow our inner voice, our inner knowing, regardless of how the situation works out, we can be glad. And I think that is what we have here. You are going to be very glad that you're following your own compass and following your own intuition. And that is why we're seeing the High Priestess card here and the Page of Wands. It's about moving forward, trusting ourselves, trusting our capability. Always bet on us. Always bet on yourself, Gemini. And then I love that we have the Nine of Pentacles here, which is the having everything that we need to manifest, having everything that we need to create. The Moon card, something hidden revealed, learning something new. We think it's something new, but it's something that has been there all along. A new awareness of something. Nine of Wands. Our passions, our desires, following, putting in the work for achieving our passions and desires. And the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe we don't know how this is going to end. Maybe we don't know how this is going to turn up. But what we do know is that how we react, how we perceive, and the words we use towards any given situation determines our outcome. There are old insecurities, old attachments, and old habits that have been leaving us feeling like we're outsiders in our own lives. Like we're feeling like we're an outsider in our own lives because of our old insecurities, old attachments, old habits. These feelings, this energy is guiding you to seek or to look inward. That is why we have the moon card here with the high priestess. Looking inward. And finding what it is that brings meaning into your life. I think we've talked about this in your last few readings. You might want to visit your last few readings if you haven't already watched those, Gemini. But we've been talking, or it has been coming up, that you've been trying to live someone else's dream, trying to appease or trying to live someone else's dream, trying to live a life that someone else wants for you or deems that you should have. And that is not your destiny. That is not your life. That is not your destiny. There is that looking within, seeking within. And when we look within, what we find is that we do not have to hold ourselves to other people's thoughts or other people's standards. And that if we've had insecurities, or if we have attached ourselves to people, places, or things that are no longer serving us, or that if we've attached ourselves to habits that we do not need to stay there, we're not stuck there, we have control over our own thoughts, over our own lives, over our own destinies. That the past can be in the past. We do have the ability to break free. We do have the ability to change. And that comes from within. And we can determine, we can decide that we're ready to start a new journey. And, that is a power move. That is the ultimate power move, Gemini, when we decide, when we determine that we're not going to let old thoughts, old patterns, or old behaviors dictate who we are and the life that we are going to live. Followed by the Queen of Pentacles. I love to call her my gratitude card. Gratitude, appreciation for the gifts of life that we do have in today. Something that we thought was over is not over. The Chariot card, which I like to call this the ultimate victory card. The winning, perhaps maybe even the winning at all cost. And the Knight of Wands, following our passions, following our desires. I think in this case, while it may be new for us to follow our own passion, follow our own desires, follow our own truths, but that is what is here for you. That is the energy that the universe has surrounding you at this time. Happy birthday, Gemini. Jupiter is entering your sign for the first time in 12 years. And I love that Jupiter is bringing the boost that you've been looking for in your professional life. And I think also here, when we're looking at this, in your private life too, you're getting that extra boost of energy. You're getting that extra boost of confidence where you're ready to set out on a new grand adventure, an adventure that is all your own. This adventure, I believe, may be a past dream or a past thought that you had, that perhaps you thought was unattainable, unachievable. But now that you have that boost to your energy, now that you have that boost to your confidence, you're ready to move onward and upward. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Gemini. Thank you, Gemini. You have a blessed week.